About 5 years ago, I became aware of how much of history has been rewritten and how there are many widely accepted lies that are still believed. And I dedicated large amounts of time to learning as much as possible about what are considered by many to be conspiratorial subjects. And as I wasted more of my time doing this, I eventually came to the conclusion that none of this is surprising or even interesting, as in this is just nature running its course. For example, in the wild, animals will go to great lengths and demonstrate high levels of creativity to capture their prey and feed themselves. And when it comes to the human specimen, who is essentially cannibalistic from an economic standpoint, anyways, the tactics are mostly based on the conquering of the minds of others via a variety of elaborate schemes in order to be able to predict behavior and basically be at the right place at the right time and benefit in some way, shape, or form. In most cases, playing on others' ignorance or innate weaknesses combined with the manipulation of emotions is the easiest way to accumulate control and power as opposed to avert force. So this is obviously the preferred method. And once you understand this, widely accepted lies come as no surprise. And by delegating energy to learning more about them, I really don't think you're helping yourself in any way. Once you understand one, you understand many others. And up to a certain point, it becomes just entertainment more than anything else. I know it's entertaining. This genre of content is fear-based, and many of the personalities who pose as truthers, I think, are simply disguised as these rebellious philanthropists. But many are also, again, I think, consciously playing parts in the mind game and are part of the problem. They're basically controlled opposition. And as for the honest individuals who do care and do have a moral compass and do succeed at competently unraveling the lies and helping others understand them, many of them lose their livelihoods or life becomes very difficult for them. If you look at history, these types of people, they're put in prisons, they're guillotined. The punishment depends on the era. And many others convert to religion. Not that there's anything wrong with converting to religion, but you can tell they're looking for some sort of meaning and spiritual stability because life's become very confusing and it's like a constant battle. They're fighting against something that's just massive and that dates hundreds and hundreds of years, probably more than that, much more than that. And again, I know there are exceptions, but even in the exceptions, I think there's this underlying sense of cynicism in that they're angry at the world for lying to them, and they're angry at others for believing the lies, and others are angry at them either because they're this group of predators who wants to silence them, or other people are upset with them because they're disrupting their sense of reality and making them feel uncomfortable. But I think that the best way forward is to not devote your life to pointing out the unsurprising atrocities of mankind. The best way forward is to be, I think, associated with them to the least possible extent and to not let them constantly fill your headspace. We'll never know the full truth. The only thing I can say with certainty is that we live in a world of lies and skewed perceptions of what's happened because everyone tells the same story in a slightly different way anyways. So if you really are fascinated in history and you want to know what happened, the best way I think is to read texts from all different eras, all different sources, all different countries. But you also want to check on the writers who wrote them, and who did they work for? What was their path like? Do they have some sort of narrative that they're promoting for their own benefit? And you want to be smart, but don't be too paranoid either. It's okay to just read a source and understand that as one, and then read another one, and then connect the dots. Focus on what's good, all right? Focus on what's good in you and in others, and not the scheming predators who will always exist. They'll exist in 500 years. They were here many, many thousands of years ago. And once you have this understanding, go do something that actually helps other people, either achieve their goals or make their lives better. Do something you'd like to do before you die. Maybe you want to write a book, go on a trip, start a new business. Give your energy to that. And the moral of the story is just get off the internet, climb out of the rabbit hole, go outside, and go do something.